Today's Dallas Cowboys Report is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all of the top-of-the-line men's grooming products at manscaped.com for 20% off and the free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys. We're going through the top free agent targets after the NFL draft, and we're going to begin with two names who have been already linked to the Cowboys before the draft. First up, Jason Pierre-Paul, the edge rusher, most recently with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Cowboys had shown interest in JPP before the draft, and I wonder if that was almost more of a medical check-in. He was not that good last year among a variety of injuries for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but this is a name to mention because they've looked into him. And the Cowboys also took D. Williams. I know he goes by Sam at Ole Miss, but he said he wants to go by D, his real first name, so we're going to call him D because that's what normal people should do. You got Tank Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, D. Williams, Dante Fowler, Chauncey Golston, Terrell Basham, and the numbers are already a little on the high side. So I wanted to mention JPP. Not sure he's a realistic target, at least not after the Cowboys draft process. Next up is Sam Tevi, who was brought in for a visit mostly on the medical check-in side before the draft, and even more so than Jason Pierre-Paul. I do think there could be some interest in Tevi. Look at what the Cowboys have right now at offensive tackle. In reality, they go 4.5 deep. Tyron Smith, Terrence Steele, Josh Ball, Matt Waletzko. Waletzko was a fifth-round pick this year out of North Dakota. He might be a redshirt practice squad year. They're hoping Josh Ball can take that step to being the swing tackle this season. The 0.5 is because Tyler Smith was a left tackle at Tulsa. I'm plugging him in at left guard, however. Otherwise, you haven't filled your guard need. I think he's going to play guard for you. So if you're not confident in Ball, not confident in Waletzko, Tevi could be brought in the middle of camp, before camp. I would prefer low one-year deal, no guaranteed money, and let him, Ball, and Let's Go all compete for maybe two spots on the offensive line because, remember, you're going to expect Tyron Smith to get hurt at some point. That's just kind of how it always ends up working out. The one guy I really want to go get is J.C. Tretter, who is surprisingly unsigned after the Browns cut him. I think he would be an instant upgrade at the position, even though the Cowboys have Matt Farniok, Tyler Biadasz, and signed two UDFAs in Alec Lindstrom and James MP. I would love to add Tretter because that is a proven upgrade at the center position. The Cowboys, namely Stephen Jones, said, free agency's not over. We're not done yet. Is that really the case? Will the Cowboys sign anyone else? 1 for yes, they will. 0 for no, they will not. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, I need you guys to go take advantage of it. Flood the comment section with your responses. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Let's look internal now for two former Cowboys. Brent Urban, who had been mentioned by Todd Archer, as maybe could still be brought back. He missed most of last year with injury. You might still be waiting for him to get fully healthy. The Cowboys added one defensive lineman, John Ridgway, out of Arkansas. We were so close to getting to have Jerry say fatties only. Didn't quite go down on that front there, but you got two run stoppers there in Quinton Bohanna, Ridgway. Watkins was fairly decent in that area. You're 6 deep along the defensive line. I wouldn't get my hopes up too much for that one. Now, Maurice Kennedy might make you think, well, the Kelvin Joseph stuff, maybe it starts to make some more sense. I have some buts involved here. It would appear to me, based on the Cowboys' usage of Maurice Kennedy, that they view him as a nickel-only player. And you've got both Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis who can handle that nickel corner role for you. That would leave those two above, plus Diggs, Joseph, Nashawn Wright. You're probably going to keep C.J. Gouin as your core special teamer. And then Deron Bland, as I'll just call him the new Reggie Robinson, as the day 3 pick you're hoping can be a piece for you long term. So the numbers game, again, I have issues with on that front. So if you had to pick one of these two guys to re-sign, who would it be? Type BU for you would bring back Brent Urban, or type in MC for you would retain Maurice Kennedy. I'll make you guys pick one right now in the comments. Now we'll go back to corner again here with one of the bigger names, or at least the more recognizable names out there. That's Richard Sherman. Look, Sherman struggled for the Bucs last year, guys. He wasn't that good of a football player. Anthony Brown was way better than him. But if you are worried about Kelvin Joseph, which I understand, whether you're the Cowboys or a fan, maybe you just keep your eye on that one there a little bit. Now, we're doing today's video on the Cowboys' top free agent targets because the NFL draft is finished. And if you want to finish more off the field, use Manscaped. 20% off. That's a great line, Jack. Don't give me the stop. I love that one. 20% off and free shipping on all their products, including the Ultra Premium package at manscaped.com. Remember to use promo code Cowboys. That link will be in both the comment section and in the description. Works on all their products, not just the Ultra Premium package, but the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker, the most comfortable boxers known to mankind. Get yours today. Manscaped.com. Promo code is Cowboys. Eric Flowers next chip here, especially with Trey Turner now officially off the market, going to the Commanders. He is one of the top left guards on the market. I am operating under the assumption, and I think the Cowboys are too, that Tyler Smith, your first-round pick, is your rookie day one starter at left guard. Now, it is a position change for Smith, who was a left tackle at Tulsa, although going from left tackle to left guard is easier than left tackle to right tackle and certainly than left tackle to right guard. If for whatever reason he's a bit slow to make that adjustment, or the footwork and hand usage issues that were the cause of so many penalties don't get fixed right away, you could still revisit Flowers as long as he, of course, remains unsigned. How about a backup QB? Nick Foles, formerly of the Chicago Bears, granted his release just after the NFL draft because nobody wanted to trade for him. As I've said for weeks, months now, that there was not going to happen there. But if he wants to take a one-year vet minimum deal, I'd be open to that. You got Dak Prescott as QB1. Cooper Rush did impress me in his lone start, which was a nice little surprise there. But I think Nick Foles, who's not great, is still better than Will Grier. And we've seen Ben DiNucci play football, so we also know that Nick Foles is better on that front. So all these guys, if they're super cheap one-year deal, little to no guaranteed money, heck yeah, I'd be totally down to bring him in. We are close to 128,000 subscribers here on the Cowboys Report. We appreciate all the new watchers who joined us during our marathon draft coverage this year. If you want more free Cowboys videos, you guys have come to the right spot. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Let's look at receiver now, and this is one of the more dicey positions on the roster. CeeDee Lamb is your number one guy. I don't think Michael Gallup is going to be healthy for you in week one. That would then leave Jalen Tolbert, James Washington, and Noah Brown, Simi Fehoko, a bunch of other former UDFAs. That's not what the receiving core was last year. And if Washington does not impress in training camp, all of a sudden, do you really want Noah Brown as your week one receiver at wide receiver 3? I don't think so. Maybe Fehoko balls out. Maybe Vasher balls out, or Smith, or one of the other new UDFAs this year in Dontario Drummond, Ty Freifogel, Jaquai Roberson, Dennis Houston. You don't ever want to bank on a UDFA, though. If it happens, awesome, but that's not a good business model for a roster building in general. So 5 bigger names on this list. Julio Jones, who I think is a little bit washed up, but I think you'd be able to get low-end starter maybe out of him. I've always been a big fan of Emmanuel Sanders. Will Fuller kind of fits in the same category as James Washington as a vertical threat there. I would have more interest in OBJ if he also wasn't going to miss time to start the year. Kind of defeats the purpose when I'm worried about Gallup being good to go week one. Cole Beasley is honestly the name that I might have the most interest in. I wouldn't mind a pure slot receiver who could also double on punt returns for me, because as we'll get into, the Cowboys don't have a punt returner right now. We'll come back to that, but first I want to hear from you guys. Name a free agent who you want to sign. I did not put Jadeveon Clowney on this list because I'm not going to get my hopes up for that in any real capacity. Drop a name for me in the comments who you want Dallas to go sign. This next name's not sexy. Alex Erickson, the former Texan Bengal Panther wide receiver who has a pretty good track record of being a serviceable but far from explosive punt returner. The Cowboys have a glaring hole right now at the punt returner spot if you don't want CeeDee Lamb back there. Trayvon Diggs has done a little bit of stuff in the past, and Dontario Drummond, I think it was Drummond, had 8. Yes, he had 8 total punt returns at Ole Miss. Your running backs have kick return background. Your receivers have punt return background. Jordan Lewis has kick return background, but you don't have anybody beyond Lamb, Drummond, and Diggs who have done it. So that's a pretty big red flag. Maybe they move one of the kick return guys back there, Pollard, but that is an area that has not been filled by the Cowboys if they don't want to have their number one receiver risking getting hurt on punt returns. So who do you want as the Cowboys punt returner? Could still be CeeDee Lamb, could write in a different name or free agent or even a trade target. That could be a good way the Cowboys explore it, maybe closer to the preseason. Get your votes in for me in the comments right now. Cowboys legend Anthony Hitchens next up here. He had been released by the Cowboys, or by the Chiefs, excuse me. I will make note that the Cowboys added 2 day 3 picks at linebacker in this draft. And Damone Clark, who I am uncertain will be ready to play this year. At minimum, he's going to begin the year on the PUP list or the NF5 list. He's a rookie there. They also added Devin Harper, couple intriguing UDFAs in Aaron Hansford and Story Jackson. If the young guys don't impress, do you want to have Luke Gifford as your number 4 linebacker? I am not really sure that you do. I don't want Hitchens starting playing big snaps, but as linebacker 4, sure, I'm down at that point. Finally, tight end Kyle Rudolph. His career absolutely is on the decline, but he could provide some pretty decent veteran depth, I would say. Schultz, of course, is tight end 1. We'll spend some more time on his future in a future video, by the way. Future, I guess. Just keep that in mind. Jake Ferguson was your 4th round pick out of Wisconsin, and Sean McEwen is a former UDFA. You got Jeremy Sprinkle, Ian Bunting, Peyton Hendershot. There's bodies there. I don't know how much you trust any of them in the end. If the Cowboys make a move, you know that we will break it down for you here on the Cowboys Report. So if you haven't already, go do it right now. Subscribe to the Cowboys Report.